Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long goes 1975. A YouTuber's on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long goes 1975.
This is the King of Fighters EX2 on the Gameboy Advance, released by SNK Playmore, so it's not true SNK, in 2002. So this is a very early fighter on the Gameboy Advance. Now, so King of Fighters, my understanding, because it's the fighting franchise I'm least familiar with on the Neo Geo, obviously started in the arcades, and isn't it where they take a bunch of fighters from each of all the various franchises? So whether it's Fatal Fury, you know, Samurai Shodown, I don't know. By all means, correct me if I'm wrong. And then you have to select a certain number, not just one fighter, a bunch of fighters to progress forward with. Like I said, it's the franchise I'm least familiar with. Although I do have a gameplay comparison of the Sega Saturn version of, I think, 96 or 95. Comes with its own, Horatio Van Basten very kindly sent it to me. It's Japanese. Comes with its own expansion cartridge, you know, for the frames of animation and stuff like that. And I compared it against the PlayStation version, and it's the tits. I'm very bad at SNK Fighters, but that is no excuse for me not to play this. Why does that bloke's head bottom right corner look like they just photoshopped it on a completely different body? Right. How is this? The animation's going to be very interesting to see, because obviously SNK games ooze animation option. Right, calm level, normal, round time, normal. Right, I'm going to drop it because I want to at least get a few rounds in special content, cheeky. Right, and then we're going into story mode. Okay, so player select. So we have a decent roster. It's got, well, it's Freddy Krueger. I suppose he's supposed to be that one, but yeah. So he's from what? Art fighting? I don't know. We'll have him though. And then we'll have Yuri because, you know. And then Emo Boy. And then Emo Girl. I'm an equal opportunity emoer. Next stage. Oh, Shizen. Right. Look at him. Is he supposed to be the bloke from Fatal Fury? No, Samurai Shodown. Well, he's a man out of time, isn't he? Here he is, right. Right, so we select what fight we want him first, and then we'll have him second and third. So there's 3 rounds. Is it 2 rounds per character? I see what you just picked. No, it's cheeky. Right, so health top left, underneath that. Rage bar. I never could get my head around rage bars. That's a stance. I think there's an option. I think he stole that guy's wallet. That's a shoulder button. Don't like that. To change it the pad so you only have 2 moves. Hey! I have no idea what I did then, but I will say this: the animation's going to be nowhere near as good as, you know, the arcade or even the home version of it. But it's pretty dandy. The sprites, look, they've got the Neo Geo art style. They're decent, faithful representations of, you know, their arcade counterpart. Bit pixelated, but then obviously I'm playing this on the TV, innit? Hey, Dragon Punch! You stole that. Obviously the bloke who made the original Street Fighter game, the arcade one, then did Fatal Fury, didn't he? Right, do I have, how many? There we go. I'm sure that's, well, it's not as impressive as I thought it would be, is it? Oh, alright. But yeah, it is nice graphics. It's zoomed in a bit too much. Again, that's a Game Boy thing. Is it as nice graphics as the Street Fighter, you know, 2 Turbo one? I'm not sure. It's certainly nowhere comparable to Street Fighter Alpha 3 on the Game Boy Advance, but I'm looking at fighters, so it's not, you know, a pup. Certainly isn't a pup. Can I even Dragon Punch him? Look at him. Do you like odd jobs? My magic just goes over his head. No, it doesn't. Alright, Freddy. Judo chop. There's something very Austin Powers about that. Judo chopping him. Alright. So my health stays down, doesn't it? Shitballs. Because I won. It's the best of 3. Like I said, I'm very rusty at King of Fighters stuff. Next stage. Alright, so we surpassed that stage. Presumably, look at the 90s tood in there. It's literally warping my mind with 90s tood. But surely all my health should go back to normal. I don't know. I'm going to change to this. No. Right, one new entry. Oh, yeah, sequential. My bad. Look at me. I'm praying to the gods of emo and tood, and I've tied my legs together because I'm a prick. And I'm the king of magic. Alright. I'm trying to do every... Okay. Street Fighter combo I can. I'm the fairy! Look at that! He's a Christmas tree fairy when he does that little move. And that did nothing. You do, you know, kicking ass and taking names there. Why did you tie your legs together? For effect. All the other fighters are laughing at you behind your back. But they quite admire your hair. Alright. I do like the music. Alright, that's a nice effect. I mean, it's certainly it. If you've played a Neo Geo fighting game, particularly King of Fighters and stuff like that, and most of the later ones anyway, it has the graphic style, it really does. I mean, I've got a bunch of gameplays of their Capcom Versus ones as well. They're probably my favourites. I prefer the Street Fighter with the Capcom Versus SNK, when SNK handle all the characters, because the Street Fighter characters, in the style of SNK artwork, is amazeballs. Do something! You feeble little turd. Oi! Did I just hit him twice with a feather? I'm badass. I was being sarcastic. Oh! Alright, so have I got charge moves then? I have no idea what the stuff at the bottom does. I've got no idea what anything does, to be fair. And also, who throws a feather at people? You underpowered Wendy. Wow, that's what you get for throwing a feather at people. I mean, who throws a shoe? Come on, points to the quote. Yeah, what he said. Yay! Who's the one that Dan is a piss from Street Fighter is a piss take out of? Is it him? Oosh. So ultimately, she's useless and crap. Don't select her. I've worked that out for you. You're welcome. Alright, okay. I've got some of that in your life, so that's my rage bar thingy. Holy shizzle! Oh, you bastard! I wanted to... Oh, alright, perfect you. Again, I'm just trying Street Fighter moves and stuff. And it seems to be working for the most part. He's the only relatively normal looking one, isn't he? In defense and offense, Kyle. Oh, right, don't let me finish. Look, it thinks it's an NTSC CRT from the 90s. Thug, there's an image of the current champion candidates. Alright, so we're on a camera. What? Thug, shall we think of another way? We could, or we make it a priority. Thug, we clear. I don't know. Right, one more round. But yeah, it's polished. I mean, I guess it comes down to how much you like King of Fighters and the SNK fighters, you know, and, you know, not just the presentation, but the very unique control style. Because let's be honest, Street Fighter nailed it across every fucking form of fighting game 2D-wise with its control, didn't it? I'm not saying that means this is crap. It's just, I personally think the SNK games are suit a very specific cup of tea to people, if you know what I mean. Or I could just be talking utter bollocks. No, you don't. Shies and balls. Was that me about to do that then? I don't know. The King of Fighters EX2 on the Game Boy Advance. If you like King of Fighters, you'll probably like it. I mean, like I said, it's very, very polished. It looks the part and it plays the part, but King of Fighters is a, like I said, over Street Fighter. It's a very sort of specific taste thing, isn't it? Or maybe I'm just talking bollocks. Oh look, my beaten up buddies in the background. Didn't notice that. Were they before? Anyways, always, I love to know what you think, especially if you played this version on the Game Boy Advance and know of any other beat 'em ups I should try. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.